podcast is no more. Why? Because we all have voices. We all can say what we feel in public and have it amplified through social media. Instead of one-way communication, brand to consumer, it is now a dialogue. The brand and the audience becomes a participant in dialogue. This has changed everything because now the brand is forced to acknowledge and validate and even celebrate the participation of the consumer. And if the brand does something that the consumer does not like, immediately it can get everywhere. It only takes a few people to complain, right? And suddenly the brand is in trouble. Most brands have to behave a little bit better. Most brands have to pay more attention to the quality of their products, and most brands have to respond immediately when there are concerns exhibited by the public. You have a certain level of social media participant who is curating and becomes an influencer. And so you have to be careful with how you treat influencers. You cannot dismiss them out of hand. They have some power. And so that changes the entire media landscape. And brands are still getting used to dealing with that. Because if there is inauthenticity in the relationship between the brand and the consumer, it's called out immediately, and then there are problems. The number one skill, and the thing that not just my company, but all of us look for, is that we want you to be beautifully expressed through your social media. If you're perceptive, if you're posting things on your social media that I think, wow, this person understands the world in an interesting way and is communicating these perceptions in interesting ways. If you are seeing the world in a way that I cannot see it because I'm old, this is important to me because my job is to reach youth, young audiences. After that, the work is important. So the thing we're going to be looking for is, have you accomplished anything? Is there anything interesting that you've done that is going to be helpful to me and my company? So I'm going to be looking for those projects. That could be your portfolio, that could be something you put online. But listen, it has to be complete. The third thing, the third important thing is I call it social dynamics. Come in, be smart, but also read me, do your homework, understand who I'm about, understand who the people that you admire. If you can do that and prove it to me, demonstrate it to me, then I understand that you're curious, that you're interested, that you're easy to get along with. First of all, that even though we are in a technological society, even though we're going to talk about transmedia, the storyteller still has to be so good. You have to respect the storyteller. It's still a rare skill to tell a really good story, create beautiful characters, interesting conflicts, and things like that. The second important thing is to understand that story is changing because of the diversity that is rising through social media. If you tell another story about the good and the evil bonking their heads together again, it's boring. We've seen it so many times, okay? So we need to understand that different perspectives and different subtleties are going to make for more drama, for more conflict, for more interesting combinations of characters. And then to have those characters resolve their problems, yeah, there can be a little violence, physical or psychological, but for them to transcend those violences so that they are manifesting new ideas, new ways to resolve problems and fix the broken system, that is going to be the new way of telling stories.